Hey guys, we're going to be talking today about battling the red demon. Now, we all are probably at that stage, or if you're not at that stage, you will get to that stage eventually, and it's something that we're going to be doing quite a lot of, so why not do it the best way possible? So, in this guide, we are going through the best teams, or at least the best teams I have seen, or in my opinion, on how to take down the red demon as efficiently as possible. And a lot of the champions are actually ones that you would just get throughout the storyline, or ones that are just kind of handed out anyways. So the three things that we're going to be going over here is, as far as team building, is going to be our damage dealer, our support character, and our sub character. Because in this instance, the sub character actually can prove to be pretty useful. So the first thing is damage. Now we have 4 here that are all pretty good, and we have one of them that is absolutely astonishing and just crazy damaging. One of my favorite characters in the game. But first here we have Slater. Now, Slater is going to be increasing his crit chance, now going right over to our passive over here, by 300% when they have empty ultimate move gauge. Now, we're going to go more into this in the next section, which is our support characters. But if possible, we're going to keep the red demon at 0 the entire time. And the second thing that we're going to see here is if we manage to go a turn where the red demon does get his stance up, Slater can also remove the stance, putting the red demon in a place where we would be able to do substantial damage once again. And he is just probably one of the best single target damaging capability in the game, especially because you can petrify and stop and stun the red demon multiple times over and over again. And that's the strategy, is to keep him stunned and you just keep wailing on him until he died. The next champion that we're looking at here is Blue Bond, which doesn't normally get as much screen time or praise as our Green Bond. He's normally used almost as a cheesing of the red demon with his passive, decreasing the attack-related stats by 15% over and over again. And again, hopefully you are able to stun, petrify, freeze the red demon to where they cannot attack. This is going to build up over time. The charge is also going to help get through the demon's defense skills. That's mostly where Bond comes in here. The red demon's also going to take increased damage from human characters as well. But he's probably not going to be your first choice overall. This is kind of like the budget build of taking down a red demon more than anything else. The third one that we have here, and this is where we really start cooking in my opinion, is Red, Hawk, and Elizabeth. And again, the passive is kind of the hero when it comes to the red demon here as well. So we're going to see that we're going to be increasing our basic stats by 10%. If the hero doesn't take damage, and that is infinite. There is no cap as far as I have been able to tell or see on any resource or in my own testing as well. So if you are just in a really, really long drawn out battle with the red demon where you are freezing them every single turn and just building up Elizabeth's stats, you're eventually going to be able to get to that point. So it's actually pretty viable. It's just kind of long. It's just kind of like the long game there. The best one in my mind, though, is, again, going back to our single damage dealers, is our green Jericho. I have seen Japanese servers where a fully geared Jericho is dealing 800,000 points of damage to the red demon, and even an ungeared or very low geared can easily break 150k. I've seen it myself on the global servers as well. Very straightforward. Applying debuff versus excuse me, applying our debuff through multiple means. We're going to have 2 sets of team members there through Flash Strike, and then being able to use our weak point to do 3 times damage is going to do a lot of extra damage. Again, we're going to have repeated cuts, increasing that crit chance by 10%. But it's really about the nuke, right? 2 times crit damage increase, and it's just about building up that crit capability and making sure it's like a for sure thing. So you're not going to need a very buffed Jericho to get the job done, but obviously the more buffed, the better. Or in this case, I mean, the more geared, the better. So those are the 4 damage dealers, kind of going from budget to the top. Slater being above Bon, but yeah, that's pretty much the damage dealers on that case. The second section is going to be our support. And our support is really going to be one of 2 primary, and it's going to be our Blue King, who is going to be doing our Petrify at his 2nd level. A lot of the other stuff is not going to matter as much. We're going to have way better damage dealers, but it's all about keeping up that Petrify. So each team should have one of these, at least 2 champions, if not 3 champions, because we just had Merlin that was added to the game a short while ago. So the second one that we're going to have here is Gustav. And Gustav is, in my mind, a super underrated champion for PvP, as well as the Red Demon. And his first one, or his second one, is where we're going to be really looking at. And whereas Blue King needs his 2nd level to freeze, or petrify in that case, Gustav is just going to do it right off the bat. And which makes him, to me, a much better option than the Blue King. The third in the support is going to be our Red Merlin. And Red Merlin is going to be kind of like our expensive Gustav. She is going to be able to freeze right off the bat with her second ability. Well, not her second ability, but her Frozen Factor ability at the 1st level. To me, Gustav is going to do nearly as good of a job, but Merlin's just a little bit better with damage, and that's really all that's going to be there. But the damage dealer has their role anyways, so it's just about getting the Petrify, the Stun, the freezing off, and that's about that. The sub character kind of comes in with just their passive. And another kind of, not really super underrated, but kind of a common strategy is to bring our Knight of Danafor Kane in. And Kane is going to be increasing all allies' attack rate assessed by 10% in the death matches, which is kind of funny in a way because of all the other bonuses that we've had up to this point. It's not something that's absolutely necessary. It's kind of just that kind of one extra bonus. You know, it's not gonna make or break the game in my mind, but it is helpful. It is something that you're wanting to do as much damage as possible, and he's going to be there for that. So, basic strategy: freeze, petrify, stun, deal as much damage as possible, rinse and repeat. Red Demon overall is really, really easy as long as you don't let him do anything. Which I wish all things were quite on that level, but all right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know below. And if you have an extra champion that is just absolutely amazing for this content, let me know as well. We also stream 7 Deadly Sins on our Twitch channel as well, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. It's not always 7 Deadly Sins, but we would be happy to see you there. A link is below, and have a good day, guys.